ABS TV no tutua. The topic I get this morning, but developing Anambra, the connection between tax and quality public services. And if we're gonna, I'm a guest, I know this morning, Genyelaya ka ita pianya boku, kaiota ebe hasia, be kaiota ulu, nampo balifu na ina potas, na nya botas I kwalide na jela alola yolo na a different state. Mana I need to go do. Mak Anambra nyabu state I know near well amato tata I welu ugochi ehia cable executive director social and integral development center SEDEC I know say no rinne
no ndo one again to be an kind no rian
I was Cynthia and one below M&E officer SEDEC Dalarine
the bind Dalarine no do kan tapi oku agba
ade mai kwada kwada we bia tata ni tapia ya bokwa body maka ibidogodo na ihe gbasala otu isinya bụ tax I ma no bụ otu onye obuna no na state kwesịrị na atụ ma ọ bụ organization ya bụ different companies dị iche iche mana ineze anya mbụ ụfọdụ ọpụta dịka ndị kwesị ka ha na-atụtanya bụ otu isi ada atụsi anya nke a na-akpọ tax evasion onwe ka o si wedi achọm ka ibidogodo ebe a na ibia n'ebe no ugochi kedu ihe ọ dị ka onye nwa na-akpatakali na ndị mmadụ ada full tax ka ha na-akwụ ụfọdụ nwee ike ha everyday ifo ha na-ajụ asị gị na ada afọ nke akwụla akwụ gịnị ka eji wee lepụta
so ihe gbasatara eto tax or ihe gbasara tax for us is a compulsory is a law and is also a compulsory duty, is our responsibility. Then, in as much as tax is a compulsory duty, it's also not expected that because we pay tax, because na do that, because na for instance 10,700 naira monthly, over here we won a government those or uzona bana bem ijuwe mato. So, but tax you aba you. Do na mmadụ ọbụla rugo 18 nwe ihe ọ na-arụ ga na-akwụ tax to government no ebe ọ nọ ebe obi ma ebe o si wee na-azụ ahịa ma na-eme business ọzọ dịgasị iche iche onya so tax is a compulsory levy rate and tax is a compulsory duty expected of us as a citizen and then in as much as it's compulsory is also not expected that as much as I am paying this, government must to do this for me. So, and that's the essence and also reason why we are here in the SEDEC Social and Integral Development Center, because oftentimes I na that the madne team we are job project or task for service in Anambra State. The mother behind na hana ego ne do tanda have has na ego ne do. For instance, in the motor pass, has na have flat rate. 12,800 naira and I have flat rate. You have only wearing a whole lot of business, naming importation, containers, and abata. On our quotas, on our the same rate in the 4 or 5 or 6 no full shop on and I nature here and I join my here question. Also can down when you talk about evading, avoiding tax, all such people when they name me and don't have here to the king in the child simba. That's sign name. Or the justiciable in high nato because of certain demand na to levies and contribution boy tax. Money in that kaige kucha because all can they see the kiji be simba. Can may have implement project type or task for service. All one and them had na service, even if na government actually ozoga bem, you know. But then call one and them had na tasa and now he may have a win-win approach. So let people pay tax and also get dividends of democracy or service delivery being provided in area like health, education, agri and infrastructure. So that's the hallmark of SEDEC and the project we are implementing in Anambra State we call Task for Service.
We'll still go deep into that project. Manaka, I no Cynthia, near Basadi Kosiwe no follow now who levy no tax. Yeah, how the difference between levies and taxation. And then Abiakwani Basalo are different organization and individual because I'm tax basically based on what you earn at the end of the month. Like a percentage in Mana, you na kwa na bezenyu for the flat rate. onye na for example onye na 100,000 onye na 20,000 ma onye na generate 50,000 and na put the same thing now nke ụtụtụ wee dị ka gọọmenti egosi isi wee mee ha ka o wee dị ọnọlụ at par onye ọbụla amala ihe onye na-akwụ mala ihe na generate because most times ịma na ada ama ụfọdụ ede ekwe ekwu eziokwu what they get also ndị ọlụ Igbo ka ama certificate no ihe ka ha na
yeah, you got it there. For that day, but thank you very much for that question. But before I get back further, we feel is equal. A market levy na NH1 tax.
Yes,
that is very good. Imana number one, the buyer are informed or aware of what tax is all about. Let me tell you goes to where now ordinarily you pay tax because no only after we have civic responsibility, it is your duty. If now go to tax, if you're a government member in America, you have to go to tax. Then after that, na levy. In order na CWO, or na Mothers Union, we have to know before that or to have no near. I want it to do with tax. I buy one. Because I know somebody, I know something what I assist Kenya tax clearance. I want to say, if you go tax before, it's not now market levy na afia. I say it's not tax. It's not tax. You just now who go association in on here, marketing association. It's not the same thing with tax. When you go about tax, I'm going to register go your business or your name with Anambra Revenue Services. Then you pay because now you go in now in because if I will pay as you earn, now you go in you say the percentage. Now the dog tear from your you can say now who on monthly basis or weekly, depending on case you made the calculation. But the point now but that now. Like series of businesses or register now what the tax have if for us now for the maybe the government or whoever is in charge give malaba go on and agitating and now I now put the same ugo. How can you even monitor it when the citizens not even sincere with you for na lota? And you are in your office after second on car corner lota, you will judge the person based on if on lota, and that telephone or war abada for instance. If they the same flat rate, I assume after okay, let's say aqua. And because when they allow aqua, they get for a tax. Are they are juicy? On your or some of on your nele, or maybe was on my shop.
And that one, weapon grades now.
5 naira na 100 naira. Not to classify yanya. Or until we begin to be sincere to what we are doing, how we earn our money. I believe is sincere to that. Then this is possible. But now before we get to that extent of being sincere, but now anybody got to go aware. Just like this tax for service project now is going to achieve. We want to create a massive awareness about tax, why we should pay our tax. Then, in as much as no require equal tax, government give mana. I know who now. Why we advocate for the mad kafana akodi their tax. We also advocate to the government. Because kana akodi tax, all kana kwani fana because I'm not now agitate because now not to get the tax in kokula who give AJ. But believe you me, if people start seeing the service being provided because of an akodi tax, amana akoza akona akodi tax.
Or the Madalari name and can job just like you said, before they are singing and tax man, you lose or be in order of so how do they even know now? Now Ozanka award no tax that's the question because a lot of people they are ignorant. They are basalo tax
not at all, yeah.
I think we need to create more awareness.
Yeah.
And we are doing so right now.
Yes.
To let people know the importance of tax and then a tax of Nahana media alone. Now let's come to this project in Ikumaka tax for service project alone. So to some extent, but I just want to know the particular aim and objective we actually achieve at the end of the day with this particular project, especially in Anambra State.
Okay, so thank you very much. The project we call it Task for Service in Anambra State, and we support from technical support from Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room and support from FCDO. So the whole essence of this project is to enhance the provision of tax, levies and revenue collection, then also to trickle down to service delivery. For instance, the primary responsibility of Anambra State Board of Internal Generated Revenue is to collect tax, generate revenue, levies and rates, understand who does what, educate the citizens on how to pay, where to pay, and when to pay. This is the primary responsibility of Anambra State Anambra State Board of Internal Generated Revenue. Then it also trickles down to service delivery with respect to primary health care, education, infrastructure, and environmental related matters. So here are one Anambra State Revenue Generation Board. Now, oftentimes, with this huge disconnect between who pays the tax, when to pay, where to pay, who collects, who are the tax contractors, what manners and approach at which they collect this money from the citizens, and with this disconnection. And this disconnection in terms of who needs na tutisia kedi wihi na akpa hampa. So I chanya hụ na enwe this gap. Say all na hapụrụ ya government alone might not achieve it. I want the sidek wesemba ka itinye aka ebe a ka amarota igeshi bridge the gap between the citizens, between the people and government. Ka anya mostly na informal sector. Dika again and my colleague Cynthia Jiwekwu say that na ndo na akamfe igbakọ tax ha wo ndọrọ oyibo. It's just like me. Mekwu ihe gbasara tax ọ na mada atụtụ isi. Government ge hold m accountable ha ajụ nke anyị niile na ebe a na-atụ. Of course. And ihe o jidiri iche we use our payee formula. The first 500,000, so the second 300,000. We did the mass with the formula. We say go na kagana kuru government. So the summation, the method is also online. That's one thing the Anambra State Revenue Board will achieve because they are also promoting. They've started this digitization of payment of tax. Is going and is working. I will even tell you the multiplier effect when it comes to revenue generation where we are today. I will get to that level. So, but here basatara this project. I went in anya wesi otega ka IGW kuwe mgbe anyị na-eme project or voice to the people project na push for charters of demand. Emegide Anambra State government abaya into the program. Hebido mewe collect to charters of demand, we desk officer for charters of demand. But charters of demand though at the community level. And that also bettered this community choose your project initiative. Former governor of Anambra, former administration, they started by giving communities 20 million to choose their project, choose their contractor, implement and monitor their project. So, Anambra State and EMEA at community level. As at 2022, they said no, things are going high, inflation and all the rest. Governor will increase there to 25 million for community choose your project initiative. That's at the community level. Mana isimba, kedu maka ndị na-azụ ahịa, informal sector. Ndị anụ awụ ndị mmadụ be ha na-eti ha, a na-adrag ha kwa ụgwọ ala, mee nka even oge ha nọ ebe pothole mbakolo serious mbakolo mbizeno na-azụ ahịa, a na-etigbu onye ahụ kwa ụgwọ ala, kwa ụgwọ nka, ekwube chairman's breakfast, ekwube ompa, ekwutabe, that kind of ụgwọ. Ị ga-afụ otu onye gbara mbibi na some organization onye agbara mbibi 50,000 naira nwanyị na-eme petit trading na-azụ akwụ na akwụkwọ nri na ugoro. Ihu ebe ahụ abịa agụgidere uru 9 every day 20 naira ompa chairman fee, ekwu ụgwọ ana, ekwu ụgwọ nka. Ị ga-akwụgide. When you engage this, ibe ya na-eneze ebe ha na-azụ ahịa, the environment is not friendly. So anya simba na ga-eme ihe akpọrọ needs assessment. Major markets in Anambra State. Anya bịa na Anambra Central. Anyị sị ka anyị gagoro na main market. main market anụnwa eji kpọọ ya na Nnewi ka eji wekpa Anambra Japan of Africa ọkwa ebe anụnwa wee be se generate revenue levies and tax government Anambra ji arụ ọrụ maka eme ego na generate nka ga-agwakwa unu ego na generate mana July mana August till date. I will tell you and even tell you their projection before the end of this year. So ebe eji azụpụta ahịa kedu ka ebe ahụ dị. So when we've just done a shallow engagement because ndị team anyị ndị otu anyị nọ n'ime ahịa kịta na-akpagharị na-ajụ ndị ahịa kedu ihe wụ mkpa ụnụ ịbịa nene ndị ahịa main market ejiwe ma atụ na-asị fire extinguisher even oge azụgoro ha inene last year hụ ka ahịa shiwe gba ọkụ you saw the rate line agba ọkụ taa line nke agba ọkụ abịa sị na ọ na-agba ọkụ ihe awụ ngwa ahịa ndị mmadụ here ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ka a na-akpọ na but ihe simple thing gọọmenti nwere ike provide debere ha fire extinguisher debere ha truck dị loaded with water so that issue of this before ga-ebido na nke onye a apịnyụ ya ka hapụ ịgbada na nke onye ha na-ekwu okwu idiota a na-ekwu maka VIP toilet ị ga-ahụ ihe ha ka main market ihe o nwere arụ toilet bụ a na-adịghị functional onye mkposi ma ọ gịnị gụbara ọgbara na-achọ ebe ọ na-aga so ịbịa nenechi ihe niile ndị ihe na-eme environment adịrọ friendly iji wee zụkwa ahịa nwanọ dị healthy ịbịa n'ụzọ ha si abanye n'ime ahịa nne ndebe anyị si na ọmị na ayọm nke a kazi njọ ịgaghakwa electrical parts na-agbada Ọnịcha ọ ya dị ka ebe mmadụ ji ụkwụ na-aga US the kind of mental stress the mental torture ịbatazie n'ime ahịa ahụ ịjụọ ọgịnị na-eme mana ebe a ka ndị mmadụ na-esi azụta ahịa ma ndị na-eti ha ihe ma ndị na-anata illegally ma ndị na-etinye n'akpa ha so even if ma ndị contractors ndị ụfọdụ ka gọọmenti dị rich agwaghị ego ole ha na-anata ị na-ajụ ọ na-abata na gọọmenti coffers ịbịa na a na-asụ na oshi karịrị asụ keke etinye solar energy ihe a wụ ihe Ministry of Power ga-enye aka provide ara ahịa dị ụta relief market ọchanja ọpiweka this main market ihe awa ahịa ndị anyị nọ n'ime ya na Anambra na-asị kedu ka o si aga ịbịakwa na Nnewi North Anambra South anyị nọkwa na some market na-achọ ha kedu ka o si ada ma levi nkịta unu na-atụ atụ kedu ihe gọọmenti na-emerụ unu so ihe a niile ka anyị na-eche anya sị mba ọwụ na ndị mmadụ ga-atọ ụtụ isi ha maka anyị nwa nso na-asị ndị mmadụ tụọ n'ụtụ isi unu leenu stipulated time unu ga-eji tụọ ụtụ isi unu the proceeding year the first quarter of the proceeding year is the stipulated duration for payment of taxation ịbịa ije mee tax assessment onwe gị assess onwe gị honestly because even the revenue has now due to this digitalization process ekwukwana ya jee mee onwe gị assess honestly honest assessment isi anyị n'ihe dị ụta ibido kwụwa gọọmenti ka nji wee kọwakwa dịka before na 2010 Anambra State monthly generation was as in Anambra State revenue generation was 10.34 billion 10.34 billion
IGR.
yes otaka ha shi megide ya asat July August ha nọ na 28 no ha nọ na 2.8 billion monthly generation 2.8 billion monthly and has na their target according to them during this budget bilateral discussion has that their target is to get to before the end of this year 3 billion monthly. So if you calculate it, you will now see the summation, the amount that they are generating. This is after expenses. After how we progress, makwa echotakwa ego fiakwara ahụ. Maka tax wo compulsory responsibility, civic responsibility. But then on afukwo na ahụ. So ego ejikwa achụtakwa ya tax gbagotekwa. So ọwụ na ndị be anyị anyị ga-eru to the level I can say. Let me pay from the comfort of my home at ease. I don't care. You know, this is my civic responsibility. But then, ogeru that level, no one a government in wike. Where obere nke ahụ ndị mmadụ ka na-ewete yọta. Abịa ụzọ anụ anyị na-complain kita. Government Anambra State generate ya anya. Ma na ụzọ na-abara ya ọkwa ebe aka shi generate revenue. Ịbịa nenekwa ndị truck ndị be anyị na ha bụrụ trọk biznes anyị eje eme offload n'obodo ndị dịgasị Asaba na-ejenerate ha revenue abịa gbatọ ụzọ anyị ga-ebe na ije eme offload ngwa ahịa ka ga-erekwa na Anambra steeti. So ihu na ebe anyị na-ewe ihe gọọmenti na anyị nwanwude tax for service providers and also mụnwa host tax justice and governance platform na Anambra State. So ihe a mbọ anyị na-agba kedu ta anyị ga-esi ime ka governance dịrị onye ukwu dịrị onye nta mma na onye aka ịbịa.
All right, thank you. Dalurinde na nkowa enyelai. Okwangota na you gave the government of Anambra State some accolades. Na here basalo project analog na different community. The 25 million naira project analog na different communities. But then again, now narrowed down na olutonyi isi kolutekwa onye nta dịka ndị nọ n'afịa because onye ọbụla bụ ihe na akwụtaz. Now my question is dịka na akpali aga ajụ questions imago na ajụ ndị afịa ka ihe need ka ihe bụ their problem and etu egesi wee nyela ha aka wee solve ka wee better environment where trading may take place. Now una jutakwa had that nenwekwa that symbiotic relationship between them, the market executive and the government, because if you ask me, all market executives go the problem or any issue or challenges ndi hane nekwata gebujezia na the table of the government say ha nehe diota nehe diota. So how is the relationship in the market leaders association when a different markets when Anambra State and the state government?
Thank you very much. The fact is the relationship between the market leaders, executives, and the government found a very good working relationship. Found understanding. In my name, market, association of Anambra, Anambra State Market Traders Association. So they have an umbrella already, and government they have a meeting once in a while. Funny, I meet with the government. I don't know how often, but the last time was on Friday, a bit Thursday. Family meeting at Statue Hall on Tuesday. So funny, meet. So funny, and the government we have a very good relationship. But the key question now is, when they converge to discuss, what are they discussing? Yeah. Do you understand? Emma, if any, when we did our V2P project, I think I meeting this CW. Sorry, I'm using that as an example. I say, you know. Nobody talks about women. What do we need? What can we do for our community? What can we really do to impact in our community and the life of our children? Not really about burial. So they meet with the government, but what do they discuss in that meeting? Do they have quality discussion? Because I raise the 3 billion, I raise because issue, they raise your issue. Then one, just on your question, they have a very good relationship. They meet all the time. Then if any man they are aware of so many things. Like when it comes to needs now, in terms of providing services, government say market they assume, and when you assume for people, you come and do the project. And what I still that was how we brought the issue of start of demand when it was for community. Now I get a market, we brought market start of demand. So this is now marketers go to your various markets. Get the most 3 pressing needs in this market. Discuss among yourself, not only the executives, so actually even to the one in LA, because now when you talk about market needs now, if you meet me as the president of the market, what I would want the government to do for me, I'm about the same thing with one in Abuba or na main road. You know, so it's not about the elite writing what they want in that template, in that document you give to them. We want them, and they always say, "Mumu wani, mandi ne logo, unuge meet." This if I have what you want the government to do for us. And you say I guess as an executive, you just na government meet. Of course, all of us not been the government meeting now. All selected few are. So when we now get to be able to say because no can do it if I can do it and that is where this issue of he select eligible and competent person authority. Because you will not be there. So the issue of government and the market leader, they have a very good relationship. No, when they converge, what do they discuss? So these are projects now. Okay, I am able to go. We've been able to give, we've given them that their market of demand template for them to write their needs and give to us. So we will find a way to ensure not included in 2024 budget. So at the point now, when you give it to them to go and compile, we are not going to be there. The instruction is ensure that all of you discuss and come up with something, not you staying in your office and assume that, no, if I can do it, why nature.
Okay, the market leaders.
Yes, okay. Yes, you should be able to discuss. Ma onye olusi Ghana, ege rep onye olusi, nwe for ụmụ nwanyị, nwe for ndị a na-ele na streets. So that even ukpazia say, okay, go nke si na toilet go nucho. Onye nke na chita say na choka na anafe go too much. Na every day okwo like go to say 20 naira into 9. Na 500 naira. Okay, black abu issue the woman. One that's so one the main thing that so many issues though. Issues are there needs. In fact, our needs are essential. My name we prioritized ones. In one scale of preference, you have nankaka where them ba. Kaisu to where they be. Emego line kanye tike. They will not advocate for the other ones. So that's why we tell them, we can do the ones we can do, but we have to help yourselves. While we are trying to help you. I'm on every so they advocate full. And you go to these templates now. They not target market ajuebido. Now 3 sectorial zones now. But I go many far no way to nye na anya all boze ka work lizian go be na budget 2024 ka follow be up eventually o me all funu nyela anya ka eme. So why government why we are saying this, government should know that when you want to give out services, when you want to implement services or project for community or for market, ensure that you meet with them and know that whatever you're going to do for them is in line with what they want. Not staying in the office and just conclude that they want this. Ensure you meet with them and say this is so that in Melfanya, I'm not money no fact as in they want, this is what they want. I didn't need for them. So before I end there's a project we did one time. I Jana community time we got a Jana community. So in a very far place. They felt now hey they didn't consult them. Okay, can all fan borehole, cause they found so. They built that borehole. When they use there, every month they still go to that stream to fetch water. They go on project borehole and waste. They have to now do like review. They have to evaluate what's going on, what happened. I was like a lot in the borehole. Just now stream now allow. You know what the parents of those communities, the fathers and the mothers, I always say I look at your borehole. I am not your borehole. People do not ask us. Now that the time they threw milliard to the far away stream is the only time the wife and the husband have to stay together as husband and wife. So that is why they now send their children away to go and fetch that water at that particular point in time. If you don't have a borehole, you now want a big borehole for them. You see, the whole thing made a whole lot of sense. That is why you don't assume that India are choice to. You ask them, it will come from them. So you know, they will be so happy to take responsibility. They want to monitor you because that is what they want. Man, what we see here, so na na-eme nka na-eme nka to na-aga lo onwe ya mana ọbụna ife onye chọ ka ị na-emeli ya ọbụpụta okwu ebe a ife abịa na ịchọ so they will try to protect it with their everything they have. So government start looking towards that angle. Don't just assume, but try to get it from them.
Open water on this project will carry everybody along, both the leaders and also Dinazwafian at the market. And the Gago so far now 8 markets.
9.
Okay, 9 markets. Yes. Now
3 from each zone.
Okay, from each senatorial zone. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Now Ajumbo, like Gago Juta Sandia, what actually it's their need, their challenges and they face. And when you say the market leaders, the template to hack is with it. Now I'm asking or I'm suggesting, would it be wise that you people will maybe once in a while sit with these leaders when they are writing some of these things? Malum or the inconsonant with what those people more just they are writing because they are leaders, not anyone needy personally for the executive.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, for us in Anambra State and the position we wield in Anambra State, for instance, I am sitting representing the people, not CSO now, representing the people at the board that discuss yearly budgets of Anambra State. You know, in Anambra, you cannot implement something that is not budgeted for. Ihe na do na budget ada eme. I don't see because government governor one nam you may ihe na out of pocket expenditure. You see na akpa na ewepụta ego ada eme na enwe emergency maka na ụzọ anụwa ụzọ ga-abe nne ya you see na akpa mapụta ego. That's not how government functions. So because now I'm in a position personally where we look at Anambra State budget, review the budget, formulate the budget before we now pass to Madam Commissioner of Ministry of Economic Budget and Planning, that submits to the governor before governor submits to the House approve and get back to the governor before it becomes a working document. Because now I'm at that level where I play the advisory role for the citizens, the people that we represent. So in here, when we get this document from the people, what we do is first, nekwe governor poro blueprint, nekwe governor's priority, nekwe be governor direction yanaga. Ne-ede ya in line. Kwa people na governor na cho rehabilitate or equip 63 PHCs according per year. You see, we will not run teaching hospital, no as a you will not run international flyover. A bus no roads. Are you getting me? So that's the first of all thing we normally do. I na shije kuziere ha. Nekwe direction governor naga. Nekwe governors pillars, lekwe governors priorities, lekwe governors blueprint, lekwe governors program. Then he develop ways their needs in line. How develop choices submitted to us, we always go back to the Ministry of Economic Budget and Plan and also relevant MDAs. How make it their demand? For instance, only demand the solar, the Ministry of Power. More than a demand for roads. I the Ministry of Environment or Works. It demand there for VIP toilet. Or Ministry of Environment. Makoro accorded. I Commissioner. Nekuyende neba no one demand the banu bohu no bata na budget. I want to kind of power in one level line. Neba kwambo who that na oba in a budget. Then once oba in a budget, oko kenaro the line and die in ash back to the ministry. Iye diota will demand in the diota how far have you done or how far about with respect to approval, because in Anambra State sometimes that you be a budgeted for something, actual approval is not so actual releases. Yeah. So okworo de running, like I told you, in Iberawu, a win-win approach to supply behind this and to make sure that because as name monya kede ya gotozo. Our Anambra State government maintain as well must, for instance, in Aku Power, Anambra State, yes, now is moving to a mega city where you have steady power supply. That is the governor's agenda. Then, only na bia every day, yana about fuel for generator better pass my nebia 2,500 on a daily basis. Ibiatinye area steady light. Kedi hewu na afọ ya agwụ onye ha eji aka ma onwe access nye government nke ya. A person will willingly do it. Onye ha depress. Owuro nke ya nya moto ta oga mechanic echi. Ụzọ awụrụ sara. Onye ha bịa ha hapụ ịgbakọ ego ni na ọ na-enye mechanic wesi government na enu nke unu nu na anwa. The people will willingly pay at ease. Ọkwa nya aka eji maka ya bịa.
Okay, to add to what she said about in I understand can where manufacture. Yeah, all we know is that we trust their judgment, and review meeting, like maybe in 2 months' time we still convert it in their affairs. That is how we do review meetings with them. When I go in the first one, I submit. I better that review meeting. If I can support to change. So that's how we reach out to them also.
All right. I got about in the studio this morning now. On well on the I balaju John Basalanyabo connection the Nititi Utuisi na all government in Alagasela. That's quality public services. Kaimali family who I know chaya I get here at a studio.
So when you say tax, it is civil responsibility of every citizen to pay tax. And without tax, government cannot make money. So the common man, seeing is believing. One thing there is that without access roads to the communities, the hinterland, then the people doesn't see you as developing anything. Without power supply, the people cannot see you as doing anything. Well, before you talk of water, these three things are paramount. When you put up access road, when you give the people road, okay, when you give people road, now you will see they will be encouraged to do more. That's when they see what you are doing. So I can say that the need of the common man first. The need of the common man first.
Because of na-ekwe tax, ị ga na-enekwa ya ka enweli enwe develop obodo ị nọ na. For example, na nnọkịta ana m akwụ tax. Mụnwa na-ene ya na gọọmenti. For example, kịta mụnwa bụ onye Anam. Mana ebe na side obodo anyị na ụzọ adịrị ya, mmiri adịrị ya, ọkụ adịrị. So ana m ene anya na ada area niile na o kwesịrị na ụzọ ga-adị ya, na mmiri ga-adị ya, na ọkụ ga-adị ya. So I'm onye Ụmụdọrọ Anam. But side anyị na ngwa geketa Anambra West. Ụzọ adịrị, mmiri adịrị, ọkụ adịrị. So o kwesịrị na gọọmenti ga-enebanye anya dị ka development batakwa side anyị. Thank you very much.
To make sure that our tax is working. We have a solution governor, and he's here for solution. He's making us proud. He's doing a great work, and we still have plenty more to do a better job to make our town Oka a great place.
Our government is already doing a lot. At least for one, he's involving the youth in his government. He's actually involving the youth, and he's doing it well. I've seen the investment initiatives. Almost every two weeks, we're having conferences about investment, development. All this is a welcome idea, but we need to keep working together to make it work. Because in developed countries, tax help the government to reduce the money injected in budgets. Tax is very, very important, whether you like it or not. So the citizens have to be sanitized. You understand? Then we need webinars, seminars, workshops to let them understand these things are important. Okay, we promise you, you can't hold government accountable, but at least steps can be made to make them understand these things are important. Let's try. Okay, if from so a month to so month the tax collected, we are going to use it to do this project, so that we'll start from there. When they see that these things are workable, they'll get interested.
All right, Dalori Neni Karisanya lai again to na only bazukulopo odeka or in fact I'm a mega but I lecturer a lecture on the mother here but this tax payment and all that, because he made mention of once in a while like Okata people or going to Okata together, maybe again a different location, even the mother no Manafia and some of this companies and then a cluster of people and now what had the need for them to pay taxes, and then EHG this tax allocation in the state to some extent not getting yellow haka if no on your equal at the end of the month the tax. Now another question on John Job Basalu this particular issue. Yeah, any good Mayafuna, this is a welcome development here Basalu this tax connection between tax and quality public service there. Now Jumbo, why should this form, topic of discussion every forum ever gather now? not just in Anambra State, in the world over.
Taxation is a global issue. Tax payment is a global issue. For instance, before now, they buy and rely so much on oil. We were depending on oil, FAC allocation, oil allocation. Yes, Anambra State is receiving at 13% because of the kind of oil well that we have. Other states, we all depend. The Anambra State Oil Commission was about 2021 that we were approved of being oil producing state. Then in the state, before now, whether you are there or not, you will receive some part of allocation. So people rely so much on oil. Now oil started failing us. It was now dawned on us that payment of tax is a civic responsibility, that we cannot do 1, 2, 3 without being active citizens, because paying yourself makes you an active citizen that you can constructively demand and hold someone accountable.
Yeah, sure.
So that's payment of tax. For even in the civilized country, developed country, payment of tax is like, payment of tax is mandatory. Even you don't even need to disturb people. People pay their tax just as the way they cast their vote. That's the way they pay their tax. It's a civic responsibility. So that's why this Okechukwu, for me, he made sense in his presentation. So Anambra State, Anambra State Board of Intelligence Revenue, that's why I said, I have just mentioned their primary responsibility. Then their secondary responsibility is to ensure they do this sensitization, timely sensitization. They have tax week. We have tax week in Anambra State. How far are they involving the citizens? I don't want to say CSOs, citizens, ndobodo, ndahia. How far are they involving them? Because sometimes I don't get ndaba n'ime ndị na-eme anogo agree. Governor, I na hubu 3,000 naira truck drivers and all the rest, all those heavy duties. Obro ndị nnukwu. Ihe nwa ka na-asị na ha na hubu 3,000, all of a sudden asị ha kwụwa 5,000. Ha na-eme anogo agree. Sometimes mgbaba n'ime ihe na-ahụkwa truth n'ihe ha na-ekwu. So ekwesịrị na-enwe tax education. That time ejeme tax week Anambra State. Hejiria we na-aga. From time to time, that is also why they need to partner with people like us. Being Tax Justice and Governance Platform, like I told you, I'm the host of that platform. I want tax monitors across the major 185 markets. In Anambra State, why here? 185 markets in Anambra. I want our tax monitors across. So Anambra State should partner with us. Where you cannot get to, we have our people. Civic responsibility, and the oil is winding up. Can we utilize what we have to improve our society?
Thank you so much, Now, I go since Kemba by the Pumaka, Okinolo, the government, the tax, the agencies for tax like Anambra State, AIRS, and all that. Now, when it comes to establish that connection between the tax, and Ihegiji, well, Kedo Okinolo deserve the taxpayers, okay, the citizens.
Thank you very much. Because if you put it up, I have to find a catch a okay, the line what I now put tax here, Bona. I hope about tax there, Rapo, as we should stop antagonizing the government. Let us just know that paying tax is part of our responsibility. Kaina, I'll put tax and you go question I go. You could find a zero, we say, if I be fair now, if I be going to name what the tax thing now. And don't you look one, you want to suppose this welfare. Then I name can na side in can and want to put tax. Then the government from their own end make sure that na tax one I now from Zelania Belle, well, I'm not allowing fight or car, allow line by using our needs charter of demand from the community and market charter of demands from the market. So I name me to the connection between if you now again seamless connection between taxpayers and the services being provided and the government also. Thank you very much.
Odima Mugai na Sisa Kwarapu maka na ye nwego onye no ge take over from us, the baton from us, bo onye ge wetala ama egwuregwu. Ebe aka na chikota na nketa we na sigi Dalorine Ugochi Ehia Horikebo, Executive Director, Social and Integral Development Center, SIDEC. Dalo ni senye laita.
Dalo nwannem, dalo ndoma gere anyị ntị.
Mm-hmm.
Cynthia Enwonwu Arinze. I na sifa ge Dalorine ni senye laita.
Dalorine, I dey happy in eba. I ga bekwa n'ọzọ. Ma oge afọ n'ọdịza n'ọfụma.
Ọ dị mma ndị ba ndị ga-elaị ntị ebe a ka anyị na-eweta n'isi njedebe na ya bụ ihe mmemme anyị tata bụ Wednesday wee na-asịkwa gị na echi ga-abụ ụbọchị ọzọ. Afa mbụ Chidimma Ọranwa, kemesịa.